So welcome to this sitting meditation practice. So before we begin, finding a place that's warm and comfortable and somewhere that you're less likely to be disturbed. And seeing this practice as an opportunity to step away from the busyness of your life and come into a space of non-doing, being with the body and the mind just as it is, not trying to make our experience any different, just allowing ourselves to be exactly as we are in this moment. Following my guidance if you choose, but at all times listening to your own needs and what's right for you. So I'm just going to begin the practice by ringing the bell. So settling into a comfortable position on a straight back chair or on a meditation cushion or stool. And if you feel you need to lie down, please feel free to do so. So if you're sitting on a chair, as best as you can, allow the back to be a little bit away from the back of the chair so that the spine is upright in its natural extension. And perhaps you might need some additional support at the back, so placing a cushion between the back and the back of the chair. Allowing the shoulders to be relaxed but not slumped. And the head natural. Perhaps tilting the chin in a little. And the hands just resting wherever is most comfortable for you. The lap, the knees. And sensing the connection the feet are making with the floor. If you're sitting on a meditation cushion or stool, ensuring that the hips are higher than the knees and the knees are touching the floor. So closing the eyes now, or if you need to leave them open, just lowering the gaze in an unfocused manner. Bringing our awareness now to the breath. Become aware of the breath as it comes all the way in and as it goes all the way out. So not so much thinking about the breath, just sensing the sensations of the breath breathing as it breathes naturally. the ebb and the flow of the breath coming in and going out. Maybe noticing with some curiosity the sensations of the breath. Maybe the breath is high in the chest or low in the belly. Maybe the breath is long, or maybe the breath is short. I'm not trying to change the breath in any way. Just being aware of the breath and the sensations of breathing, just as they are. And it can be helpful to maybe notice where you sense the breath entering and exiting the body most vividly. And this may be the nostrils, sensing the air as it comes through the nostrils and down the back of the throat, and as it exits through the nostrils on the exhale. And this may be the chest, sensing the sensations of the breath in the chest area. Maybe noticing the chest lifting as the breath comes in and falling back as the breath goes out. And maybe you notice the breath most vividly in the belly. So sensing the sensations of the belly expanding on the inhalation and falling, contracting on the exhalation. So if it's okay if you're resting the awareness now, where you notice the breath most vividly. Sensing the sensations of the breath, breathing. The ebb and the flow of the inhalation and the exhalation. And you may notice that the mind is no longer on the breath, but instead has gone off into thinking. Maybe thinking about the past or what you have to do or some other thought. And this is perfectly natural. This is what minds do. So as best as you can, when you notice the mind has wandered off, with gentleness and kindness, guiding the attention back to the breath and the body. And when the attention has settled a little, becoming aware of the sensations of the breath breathing. Maybe extending some curiosity to noticing maybe the pause at the end of the inhalation before the exhalation. And at the end of the exhalation before the next inhalation. Just bringing a sense of lightness to this noticing. You may notice that your attention is being drawn to sensations in the body. So inviting you now to expand the awareness of the breath to the body. So noticing the sensations of the breath breathing in the whole body now. As if the body's breathing by itself. You may notice some parts of the body breathing, moving with the breath breathing, and other parts not so much. So again, just being with whatever's here, not trying to change the experience. Just becoming aware of what's present. This is our experience in this moment. This is what's here. We may be drawn to other sensations, such as tingling, tightness, heaviness, pressure, lightness or numbness in the body. So allowing the breath to move into the background of our awareness now as we bring our attention to sensations in the body. So noticing any sensations we may be drawn to in the body. And sometimes when we're drawn to a particular sensation, when we rest our attention on the sensation, it can change. So exploring these sensations now, noticing any changes, maybe the makeup of the sensation. Maybe if is there a heat with the sensation or a coolness? Maybe the sensation feels weighty, heavy. Maybe it feels light. So in a sense, bringing a curiosity and a playfulness to our present moment experience. And you may not be able to notice any sensations. So just becoming aware of an absence of sensations. And there's no right or no wrong way to feel or to be. So we're just bringing our awareness to what's here in this moment. It's already here. So we're just bringing it to the foreground of our awareness now. And at times we can notice a particular sensation that continuously draws our attention. Maybe a sensation of discomfort, pulling us to notice it. And if this is the case, knowing that you have a number of options. So the first option is to perhaps shift position a little to ease the sensation of discomfort. And if this is what you choose to do, just becoming aware of the intention to move, becoming aware of where you're going to shift your position to. And as mindfully as you can, shifting the body. Bringing the attention back to noticing the sensations in the body as best as you can. And the second option is to stay with this sensation and not to move position. And if you choose to do this, as best as you can, coming up close to this sensation. Maybe sitting on the edge of it. Becoming aware of the makeup of the sensation. Pressure, tightness, heat, cold. And we can use the breath as an aid to being with discomfort. And inhaling into this sensation and exhaling, softening and allowing. You may choose to step away from this discomfort and come back to using the breath as an anchor, settling us back into the present moment. And choosing, when settled, to come back close to the sensation or to remain with the attention on the breath. So exploring sensations of discomfort, moving close and then moving back again. Inviting the breath as an aid to soften and allow. And expanding the attention then to noticing any other sensations in the body. And when you're ready, inviting you now to allow the attention to shift, to rest with the sense of hearing. So becoming aware of sounds now. Not so much thinking about sound, but allowing yourselves to be receptive to sound. And perhaps, if you can, just settling into sound in the room. Maybe resting the attention on one particular sound. Maybe it could be the ticking of a clock or the sound of a boiler. Choosing a sound that's best for you. And as we notice the sound, becoming aware maybe of the spaces between the sound. Is the sound loud and soft, or is it same? And you may notice that the mind has wandered off into a story or a thought. And sometimes when we bring our attention to sound, we can often label the sound, or be drawn into a story about the sound. So as best as you can, just noticing where the mind has gone and gently guiding the attention back to focusing on sound. And extending now our receptivity to sound outside the room, maybe outside your home. Sounds in the distance. And again, not so much straining the ears to hear, just allowing sounds to come to you. Sensing the direct experience of sound as sound. Maybe noticing as sound rises and then falls folds again. Sound rising, coming into our awareness, and falling, moving out of our awareness. Just allowing our receptivity of sound to be just as it is. Inviting you now to allow sound to move into the background of our awareness now. As we shift our attention now to thoughts, and just as with sound, just noticing thoughts as they come into our awareness and as they move out of our awareness. Just noting thoughts, just as thoughts coming and going. And it can be helpful sometimes to see thoughts as clouds in the sky. Clouds like thoughts coming into focus and moving on out of focus. And some thoughts like clouds come into our awareness and they stay a little longer before moving on. And some thoughts like clouds are much heavier. And we can be easily drawn into a story about them. So as best as we can, acknowledging these thoughts. And while they may take a little longer, allowing them to move out of our awareness. Allowing thoughts to be just thoughts, coming into our awareness and moving on, like clouds in the sky. And some thoughts bring emotion with them. Emotions such as sadness and anger, fear, joy, boredom, restlessness, irritation. And it's harder to move these thoughts on. So if a thought brings some emotion, just as best as you can, just staying with this emotion. And it's here anyway. So resting our attention on the emotion. Without judgment. Allowing it to be as it is. And if it's okay for you, just sensing where this emotion is resting in the body. And often we can notice that we're sort of resistant, that there's a tightness. And there's a two-way communication between the mind and the body. And the body can often sense what's going on before mind and the body and the emotions do. So we're allowing ourselves to be with any emotion in the body now. Using the breath as an aid, inhaling and softening and allowing as best as you can. And when you feel ready, bringing the attention back to noticing thoughts coming and going. I'm inviting you now to expand the awareness to the whole body sitting here. Breath, breathing, sensations coming and going, sounds rising into our awareness and falling again, thoughts coming and allowing them to move on out of our awareness. So as we sit here, allowing ourselves to have an open awareness to all that's here in our present moment experience. And gathering our attention now again to the breath in the body. And just noticing the ebb and the flow of the breath as it comes all the way in and as it goes all the way out. And expanding our awareness to noticing the space around us, above, below, in front, behind, and right and left. Breathing in from this space and breathing out into this space. And for the last couple of moments, just resting in this present moment, stillness now. Inviting you to extend a sense of gratitude to yourself for taking the time out of your day to nurture your health and your well-being. It truly is an act of self-care. So expanding our awareness now to our environment, the room we're sitting in. And as I ring the bell, perhaps moving the toes or the fingers, if the eyes are closed, maybe opening them with a soft gaze before opening them to their natural openness. And the bell will end this sitting meditation practice.